Hi, everybody.
Hey. Hi, everybody.
We're here, but we don't know for how long.
Yeah,
our internet, both of our internets tonight, I think, are bad. We have a lot of storms in the area, and we lost some hydro earlier today.
Yeah,
and you caught me without lips.
things just wouldn't connect. So anyway, hi, Trudy, Tracy, Julia, Luana, Jess, Connie, Donna. Wow, a lot of people here. Tammy, Valerie, Emily, Linda, Barb, Valerie, Joan, Catherine, Nicole, Susan, Elizabeth, Peggy, Bonnie, Wendy. Okay, and if I missed anybody, Joe, Sue. If I missed anybody, hi. How is everybody tonight? And what do we sound like? Our pictures may not be that great, but what do we sound okay? Okay, yeah, I guess Kelly's gone. Okay. Okay, can you guys hear me? Somebody? Okay, sounds good. Okay, I don't know. Again, we're having internet issues again. You know, they're not that good even when the weather's good. And now, right now, with the weather being not so good, they're not good at all. So, but anyway, glad everybody's here. What's everybody working on? Anybody? I'll have to show you. I did a little bit of shopping today. So I had to go to London to pick up my Mother of the Groom dress, and it was all good and perfect, and I've got it home. I've just got to get it hemmed. But because London is not too far from Little Red Mitten, I made a little trip to Little Red Mitten. So with everybody doing all the shift stuff, I thought I had to pick up a few more balls. So there's one, two. Can you see them both? Whoops. And then there's I'll never get them in the picture. There's the third one. So those are for a shift cowl. That's one of the shifty things that I haven't done yet, is a shift cowl. So I thought, oh, those are so pretty. I'm going away for a couple of days this weekend, and that might be my new one to start. So we'll see what everybody's making here. Go back and look. Okay. Oh, we've got Barb's doing some socks. Sarah's doing some rainbow socks. Oh, Bonnie's doing a super simple summer dress or summer sweater. Connie's doing the powder wrap. May Jo's doing a sweater. Janie said she's not doing anything. It's too hot. It is hot. It is hot, Janie. Valerie's doing the painted boxy sweater. Oh, and Dara says she's spinning because it's so hot. I was doing a little bit of spinning earlier. Like, we're okay right now when we're in the air conditioning, but outside today was just brutal. So Trudy's doing mitts. Well, we won't need those for a while. Peggy's doing a summer silk cardi. Oh, Valerie, you're adding sleeves. I saw your sweater on Instagram. It looks beautiful. Tracy's doing socks. Oh, Joe's doing some thrummed mitts. Again, Julie, I don't think Joe, I don't think we're going to need those for quite a while. So hopefully. Anyway, so it looks like lots of things going on. Oh yeah, shift happens. That's right. It's going to happen again. So going to happen again, hopefully this weekend. So right now what I'm working on is just I finished this sock. So that was my Sunday afternoon sock. So I'm just working on, I just cast on the toe. I actually just did this just later this afternoon because I had nothing that was just easy to knit. And now that I don't have Kelly here and I'm reading all the comments by myself, I'm not going to be able to knit anyway. But anyway, so it's toe up, got the toe done. So I got to get that on the go and get those ones finished off before I start any new ones. Okay, and I see Julia's already on section 10 of her night shift. Oh, Julia, I can't wait to see it. You need to post some pictures. And Darcy's doing a bright access tee. And Kloska's doing an Oh My tee. Oh, Jacqueline's doing a second sock for mom. So in London today, Jacqueline, my daughter, lives in London. So once I went and picked up my dress, I had a little bit of running around to do. And then I stopped at Jacqueline's. And she had finished a sock. And I know it was a sock by, it was by Olivia of This Handmade Life. So really pretty pattern. I love all of her patterns. And Jacqueline had showed me a really pretty pattern. It's got cables and then it's got some textured stitches in between the cables. But because of the cables, and Jacqueline knits relatively tight, it was actually too small for her, but it fit me perfectly. So I'm going to get a new pair of socks. I'm so excited about it. And she did it in the lichen and lace. I think it's the 80-20 sock in the linen colorway. And they're beautiful. It's so nice now when my girls are knitting socks for me. So anyways, Jacqueline, can't wait till it's done. Can't wait to see the full pair of it. You're back.
I couldn't get back on at all. So I don't know what happened.
Okay, hurry up and talk now before you leave again.
If I leave again, I'm just not coming back. I don't know.
No, don't say that. Don't.
I don't know what's going on. It's
hard talking to myself.
Well, if it turns out being like an atrocious episode, it's not.
I'm not talking.
I'm going to delete it too. It won't even stay up there.
I'm talking to everybody, but it's like you just feel like you have to keep talking or else there's just silence. I guess, you know what? I'm not really comfortable with silence. Anyways, I was telling everybody that I picked up my Mother of the Groom dress. And I actually thought, yes, I'm okay with the acronym SMOG, but I think it should mean Sophisticated Mother of the Groom.
There we go.
That's right. Perfect. Or styling Mother of the Groom. Much better.
Stunning.
Much better than
Stunning Mother of the Groom.
Much better than our last week's comments, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
But looks like lots of people are still knitting here, even though the weather's so hot. So that's good. A couple of people, I can't imagine that if you didn't have air conditioning, it would be extremely hard to knit right now.
Well, if we have people in here from the West Coast, and if you're still knitting, I'm really, really impressed. I see Diane is here. I know she's in BC, and she said it's 39 degrees. It's super hot. My daughter lives there, and she's melting, absolutely melting.
Does she have?
No, they do not. A lot of people do not have AC in BC because it's just they don't normally have these climates, right?
Yeah. Oh, Barb had a comment here that I am talking to you. I know I'm talking to you, Barb, but when I'm doing it all by myself, I feel like panicked. Like, because it's not the same as when you're getting verbal response, right? If you're just talking. I actually should just look at it like it was like when I taught at the college, because there was no verbal response. It's the same thing, right? Anyway, we're glad that you're here, and we love talking with you. But when you're just one person doing it, it's hard to read and talk at the same time.
Yes, and I see you're not even knitting tonight, so you've completely given up on that.
No, I do have it, but when I thought I was going to be here by myself and just reading and talking, I was going to give up on the knitting. So anyway, so I see Sheila's here, made it here this week.
And Sheila's from BC as well. I'm pretty sure she's in BC. And yeah, so she said now it's down to 34 today. But
wow. And Marianne says it's hot in Manitoba too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Dara says, turn spinning wheels into fans. There you go.
Well, if you spin fast enough, and if you were spinning by a bucket of ice, maybe.
Yeah, you do. Actually, you do get a little tiny bit of, but you also get the fluff blown in your face too. Lillian says, in Alberta, it's 38. She's knitting socks and a baby blanket. Oh, and she doesn't have air conditioning. Oh, thanks, Barb. You're too kind. I was thinking I wasn't going to have enough water if I was going to be talking by myself this whole time. But Kelly didn't see. I have to show Kelly. I got tempted at Little Red Mitten today.
Oh, did you? I sort of thought you might.
1, 2.
Very pretty. Very nice.
So that's going to be my, you can't see it all. That's going to be I'm going to do a shift cowl because I don't have the cowl. That was the very original one.
And I thought you don't.
We're going away this weekend for a couple of days with my son and daughter-in-law and the 2 grandbabies. And I thought that would be a good project to take because it's not too big and it's pretty fast. And so, yeah.
Where are you
looking
going?
Forward to starting that. We are going to a cottage just 10 minutes from Bayfield. So it's only about a little over an hour away, but like I don't know if the girls have been to the beach because I mean, basically Isla my 2-year-old granddaughter has basically lived almost her whole life in a pandemic. So anyways, oh, Rachel's here now. She said she just got the girls to bed. Okay, Barb, this is Shopple edition 3. So it's a sport weight yarn. There is, I'm thinking, if I remember, it was 150 meters. So it's a little bit less. I see now that I have to use my different camera. I don't know where to hold the thing to get a picture of it. It's a little less yardage than Spin Cycle, because I believe Spin Cycle's got 200 meters. But in Little Red Mitten, they had some kits made up, and they had a shipped cowl made up. And they said you could do it with 3 balls of these. You just had to leave off the last 8 rows. Well, the last 8 rows only about this much. And I'm not very tall. The one that they had made was lots big enough. So I know that'll be fine, rather than putting a 4th color into it.
Yeah.
So
I had leftovers I didn't use that yarn, but I had quite a bit of leftovers, and I feel like, no, actually, I guess I did. I used larger skeins. So,
okay. So, and Julia said she's on the 10th section of her night shift.
Oh, Julia, I'm not.
So yes, we need to see it.
I don't know where I am on it. I'm maybe at 4 or 5. I have a long ways to go.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Barb. I love how this is marled too. Like, it really does. If I can get if I can figure out where to put it, and you can see it almost looks like a hand spun.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And they have really pretty colors in it. And I mean, it is a lot more reasonably priced than Spin Cycle. I mean, Spin Cycle is lovely yarn. And actually, Tracy had left a comment. It's in either the KnitChat thread or the Shift Happens thread in Ravelry, that Yarn Hero also has yarn that looks very similar to Spin Cycle, and it is more cost effective. So also, Julia's made 2 shift cowls already, and she had Spin Cycle left over. Yeah, so I'm not too concerned, and I think I knit relatively tight anyway, so I'm sure I'll have some left over. And you're right, Sarah, it is very soft. You have some of this.
I do. I've got some. I was going to hold it with Holst and make a sweater.
Yeah.
So. I think you have some of that too. You already have some of that.
Yeah, but not those colors.
No, not those colors.
So, and
oh, you bought some fiber.
I did. It's not coming out. This is a really, really pretty olivey green. And then this one.
Very nice.
Because I think that this was 10% off, I think, because it's Tour de Fleece.
Ah, makes sense. Makes sense.
So, of course, I had to get it. So, anyway, what are you working on?
I brought the baby blanket down with me. I haven't gotten a lot further from last week when I messed it up. So, actually, maybe... I think last night at 11:15, when I finally stopped for the night, I said, that's it. I'm not going to bed until I do something for me. So I sat down to knit, and I think I only knit 4 rows, but I'm going to try to pull it out today. I was rushing around because today's our anniversary. And
happy anniversary.
Thank you. So he had dinner for me when I got home. And so we were trying to eat dinner and race around to do this. I was concerned about the internet because of the storms in the area, but I wanted to dig out and show, and then I ran out of time, an old flashback picture from our wedding and how we've changed in 25 years. But I didn't get that done. So I'm going to put one on Instagram tonight. So if you're so inclined to check it out, you can see what a couple of young kids look like when we were getting married. Truth be told, my hair may have been very similar to where it is right now, because it hasn't been this long probably since I got married. It's so long, but 37 years for somebody else.
Yeah. What was ours this year? Jacqueline, what was ours? How old are you? What was ours? I think it was 39. It's going to be 40 next year. Wow.
Wow.
That's a long time.
That's a long time to be with the same person.
Yep.
So I think this weekend, since, we couldn't really go out to do anything to celebrate, I have a feeling what we're going to do this weekend is maybe head up to Ipperwash Beach and do like an afternoon and a picnicky thing up there just to sort of celebrate. But
Good.
Yeah, this seems like such a long time ago.
I know Barb says 28 years.
28
I know
years.
It's funny because like I said, I have to do math now to figure out how long it was. Like at first when it was like, I think, oh, I've been with them like longer than I was not with them. Well, now it's like,
Yep.
I think we met when I turned 21. So we got married when we were 23. Yeah. And Jacqueline was born 10 months after we got married.
Oops.
No, 10 months. 10 months, not 2.
Oh,
10.
sure.
10.
So she was what, a month overdue?
She did weigh 9 pounds. So anyway.
Oh my goodness. Steve asked to be married in 1990 so they could always do the math. There you
That's
go.
probably a good idea. I know.
Yeah. To get married on the odd year, right? It's trickier.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess, at this point, I'll probably keep him. I'm sure you'll keep Ross too at this age, right?
Yep.
Yeah. We've got them housebroken, well trained.
Well, and he's usually pretty good with the computer stuff, and he could not figure out tonight why that camera wouldn't connect either. So I don't know what's going on, but
there was even something strange going on to bring you into the studio. It has to do with the email link that I send you.
Yeah, it didn't look like it normally does.
Nope, it didn't, because even the email wouldn't open. And I'm like, seriously, there's just a black cloud. But you know what? Here's my thought. The live streams may continue to be hot messes, but I'm guessing by the time we podcast again, we can actually be together. So we should be together. No internet. We should be with a camera. Like, it should be a quality content. I'm hoping. What do you think?
I think we need to get t-shirts made that say hot mess. And have yarn going all over the place.
There we go. Perfect.
I am. My daughter-in-law has a Cricut. I'm going to get her to make up a design with it and get her to make them for us. We'll go knit chat, hot chat, knit mess, or knit mess, hot chat. Okay, I can't say that,
but every darn week,
I know.
It's frustrating.
And I thought, like, because last week the recording went really well, but it was the live after, right? So, and I thought, I thought 6:30 be lots of time. I'll just go on and make sure in case you have to update that thing. No, but anyway. And I even got my sock ready to start, but I'm just like not gonna knit. So, Janie wants a hot mess shirt too.
Can I wear it every day? Can I just wear it every day?
No, we'll have like a little knit chat up here and then hot mess across.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If you hear a strange sort of humming, snoozing sound, it's Molly. She's asleep in her bed and she's snoring.
Yeah.
She's such an old lady and she snores all the time now when she sleeps. Molly's my cat.
Yeah.
Not another person I keep in my basement. It's my cat.
Valerie says that she's come to care for everyone in our knit chat as much as us. That's so nice. That's exactly what we hoped would happen when we got out there, that everybody would like get to know each other and, have a really nice community.
I feel the same way. It's so odd. Even today. So when I posted on Instagram, the little reminder, Mary, we all know Mary, and most of you know Mary now too. She's very involved in our group. She sent a message that she is visiting with her family tonight, so she wouldn't be able to join us. And I said, well, have the best time with your family. But then at the same time, I'm thinking, oh gosh, it won't be the same without Mary. Like, we come to know all of the regular people that join us. And it's so exciting to see you here. Even if we aren't actually seeing you, I'm really just staring at the back of a camera, but it's still like, I know you're here, and it's so nice.
Yep.
Wendy says we could all use one of those shirts.
Yes, and Tracy
Hot
said
woolly mess. I like that one, Susan.
Well, and Tracy says we put shift happens on it too. Okay, something just fell. Yeah.
We could do that on the back. We'll do hot mess on the front
and shift happens on
the back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elizabeth says my picture's a little fuzzy. I know, because I had to use my webcam, my IV cam, my paid app won't work. So I'm gonna have to, I don't know, we might have to call them or something and see why it wouldn't. Like it even if you put in the IP address, it wouldn't connect.
That's so strange.
I don't know why.
Well, you know, someday when we make it to the big time, Noelle, and we have an IT crew following us around, we'll never have these problems.
Yeah, well, keep dreaming, Kelly, because that's never going to happen.
Oh, I know that. But no. Remember, we're on the dream world in here. We've got the dream vacation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we've got the dream IT team.
When they come and film our dream cruise.
Our dream cruise, yes. Yeah. Oh, Sarah says that it was the last day of school.
Yay, Sarah.
Well, maybe if we make enough of the t-shirts, I'll throw some in the Etsy shop, and then you can just wear them like in sympathy of what we go through every week.
On the hot mess, we can have like IT cords and stuff hanging out of it too. Like computers with a little popping thing. Anyway.
Yeah, well, sometimes too, back in the day when I used to use a lot of double points, like before we got so familiar with using like the 2/16 inches, I used to wander around and I always had knitting needles stuck in my hair too, right?
Yep.
Because then you just know where they are.
Yep.
I did that once on an airplane. I stuck a cable needle in there when I was in between rows because, you know, you're limited for space on the airplane. So I thought, well, I won't lose it. I'll just pop it in the bun. I couldn't find it. So I'm sitting there, it's like trying to like inconspicuously poke around my head, look for this needle. It's like my hair ate it. It was buried in there somewhere. And I thought somebody's going to think I've got fleas the way I'm digging away. But
I thought you were going to say it set off the metal detector.
No.
It'd be like a concealed weapon.
So we booked our flights. We are BC bound in the middle of next month. So I'm going to pack up a small supply of equipment in the suitcase, and we're going to try to live stream from my daughter's house. It can't be worse. It can't be worse than here, right?
No,
it can't be.
No.
In fact, it'll probably be the best stream ever because, you know, it'll be somebody else's internet, not Kelly's internet.
Yes.
So.
Okay. Bonnie wants to know where we got the yarn cones. Okay. We got them from Holstgarn in Denmark. So you can go onto their site. The yarn comes in cones, or you can buy it in 50-gram cakes. Mm-hmm. It's also available in like I know in Canada for sure, it's available in various different knitting shops. I know there's some stores out west that carry it. Little Red Mitten in St. Thomas does carry it. Some of the colors, not all of the colors, but they do have quite a few
cones. They do have the cones too.
They do have the cones. From Holst itself, you also can order shade cards. Although, like, I've been pretty happy with what I've ordered as far as the color looking similar to what I've got. But then it all depends on your computer monitor too, right? So, but yeah, and they've got several different yarn compositions. Like Kelly, you got Super Soft, right?
I got Super Soft and Coast.
And Coast. Okay, so the Super Soft is 100% wool, and it is rustic, but it does really bloom when you wash it. Coast is 50%. I think it's 50. It's either 45, 55, or 50-50 with cotton. So it's lamb's wool and cotton. And it is, when you wash that yarn, it is super soft. Like it would actually make nice baby garments. But it is fine. Like it knits up at a very fine gauge. And then the other one that I got was Tides. And Tides is, I think it's 70% wool, 30% silk. And it feels super nice, like almost right away. And I haven't knit anything with it, so I'm not sure yet. But Tracy has, and I know she really liked it after it was washed. So, but it's I really like it. It's nice yarn for color work, like the Super Soft, especially because it's grippy. It's got like, I think it's woolen spun. So Super Soft is what I'm doing my Yell cardigan in.
It's really fantastic for color work.
Yes,
I want to do some of Jennifer Steingass sweaters in
Mhm.
it. Maybe we'll do that in the fall. Like maybe we can do, if there are
Yeah,
some other people interested, we can do something like that.
Yeah, Linda had suggested that we maybe do a Jennifer Steingass, or even just like a color work KAL or something. We can talk about it later. So, but yeah, so they're, do you knit right off the cone?
Well, no, because
Do you roll it?
Yes, cake it, because if you want to knit off the cone, then you're stuck to the cone. The cone doesn't really travel.
I knit off the, well, but when I'm doing a color work project like that, I usually don't really take it anywhere to knit it anyway.
I guess.
It's usually. So so when I did the first one, and I was working on that one when we went up to Shelburne. So that one I did roll it off. But right now with the two colors, I've just got it on the cones. And it's just kind of cool. You just kind of go like this and pull up some yarn. And
two things here. First, Elizabeth got new needles. Congratulations for that, Elizabeth. I bet you're really going to like them. She got Licka bamboos.
Ooh.
And then I'm moving down to Sarah. Sarah said that she's knitting from Super Soft that she bought at Little Red Mitten. And she said it's a bit of a misnomer. It's not soft at all. Okay, Sarah.
Oh, no, it's not.
It's not. But you have to trust me because I am the least rustic yarn person you will ever meet. And Noelle was working on that. I know it was in Shelburne when you were doing that sweater. And you were like, oh, no, it's so soft. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not. But then she finished the sweater. And then when she washed it, and she's like, okay, now feel the sweater. And okay, that's what sold me, Sarah.
Well,
so
it's still not super soft. I would still not call it's not a merino sweater. It's never going to be a merino sweater, but it doesn't have that straw light feeling that it is when you're knitting with it. Because it blooms and it fills in, but it is still not soft. Like I don't have a problem with rustic yarn, so I find it's fine to wear, but some people might still feel that it was a little bit rusticy. But if you're concerned about that, if you go to the coast is an entirely different feeling once you've washed it. Like it is.
The coast is like butter. It's butter. So, I bought it for baby knits. So Diane is talking about little yarn shops in Vancouver. She's heading in mid-July and she has a list ready. So I haven't been to too many of the yarn shops actually I may not have been, I might be saying not too many. I might not have been to any in downtown Vancouver. I've been, my daughter lives in Delta. So there were a few in Delta that I went to. And I know there's an absolutely gorgeous one in Victoria that Noelle and I both know about, the Beehive, but I haven't been to the island yet to go to that. So Diane, if you want to throw out a list, I'm probably game for a little shopping trip when I'm out there. I might be able to convince somebody to drive me around to yarny places.
Oh, Julia said she thinks 88 Stitches in Vancouver recently closed. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of this pandemic, that a lot of yarn stores have ended up not doing.
Yeah,
I think you really had to have a very active online presence to have survived,
or be able to develop one really quickly.
Yes,
I know a few shops were able to do that, and they've stood the test of time. But and then I know there's a few people on here talking about graduation, and I agree. I feel really bad for the kids that have had to graduate virtually. 2 years now. This is 2 years we've done virtual graduations, right?
Yeah.
And that's pretty sad. It's a big event. I remember both of our kids, their graduations and then their college graduations. And, it was really a big deal. It's a milestone and you really want to celebrate it. I know I specifically remember when my son graduated, he did not like school. He scooted by every year doing the least amount of work that he had to do to get by because he didn't like it. So his entire school history was spent a lot of evenings with me at the kitchen table with him, arguing, cajoling, bribing him to do the work. There were some tears, some his, some mine. It was a long event. He went on to grade 12. He got honors in grade 12. I was angry. He got honors and he said, see, Mom, I knew I could do it. And I said, I knew you could do it. All those years I knew you could do it. And it's frustrating to me that you put me through all of that. But anyway, so he had it in him. He just didn't want to do the schoolwork. So, but still, so I remember at graduation, we came out and we were doing the pictures in front of the school. And I was like in tears. I said, he's my last one at home. I said, I feel like I've now graduated because I'm finally done schoolwork. I won't have to help with another project. I won't have to help with math anymore. He went on to college, but when he was in college, he was on his own. He was out of the house and he was on his own and he did really well. But yeah, I feel bad. One of my coworkers, her son graduated virtually this week, and she said it was, it's just
sad.
It's a lot of years
of
work to just not get just to miss out on the experience of that walk across the stage and the applause and, the things, throwing of the caps.
Okay, so Peggy has a question here on where do you find the show notes? Okay, for these live chats, Peggy, we don't have show notes, but for the episodes, if you click the little arrow underneath the video on YouTube, it'll bring you to a little comment section, and there is a link in there that you can click on. It will take you to our website, and if you can't do it that way, you can actually type in the website. It's knitsandpieces.ca. And all the different episodes are listed, and you can click on it to find the show notes for any of the past episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's quite a few. Everybody's listing these yarn shops out in BC. There's quite a few.
Okay. I also see Kathy in here. I'm pretty sure I have the right person. Kathy, is it you that had to scoot out early last week? And you said, see the comment earlier on why you had to scoot? If it's you, let me know that, and then I'll go back to this comment because I don't want to go into this story if it's not you. But if it's you, let me know. Okay, so I want to go to these yarn stores too.
Hi, US. She said she's late. She had water got in her car with all the downpours. Oh,
not
good. Not good. Oh, Julia said she thinks that the store closed because it was a retirement. So, and Sue's knitting the Rebello sweater with Holst yarn that she ordered from Denmark. Yeah, yours didn't take very long to get here. Something happened to mine. Anyway, but it did get here, and what happened with it was not on the Denmark end. So it was not on the Holst yarn end. It was on the Canada Post end.
It had something to do with Canada Post. Yeah.
So
Bad Anna's 3 bags full West Coast wool. Or is it Wet Coast?
Wet Coast wool.
Wet
Coast wools, yeah.
Okay. I got to see some of those shops when I went to Knit City 3 years ago now. They all had booths at the festival. So I got to see the shops, and I've bought things from the shops, but I haven't actually been to their storefronts.
Well, so far I still haven't seen anything that says that Woodstock's gonna.
You didn't learn anything, did you, lady? Have to dance again. You did this in the podcast, and I put you into the blooper reel for it, and I said, put your phone on Do Not Disturb.
Well, I would have, but I couldn't even get the phone to connect.
Oh.
And then I just forgot about it.
Did you shut it off and restart?
I shut it off. I turned it to vibrate.
Rachel says it's not her this time. Oh,
no, because if it was my granddaughters, I would have answered.
Sheila says if I go to Granville Island to check out Fiber Art Studio. Sheila, we are going to Granville Island. I think I have been to Fiber Art Studio before, but I will go back there. We're actually going down, and we're going. My son-in-law wants to rent one of the barbecue boats. And if you're from the West Coast, you probably know what the barbecue boats are. They look like they're an inflatable. And she says, he has images of, he has these visions. We're going to go out. We're going to do like the fancy seafood barbecue. We're just going to toot around the harbor in Granville. And I said,
I turned it off. Sorry. Hot mess.
Anyway, I said that. Sue said her husband has the same ringtone. She thought it was his phone.
It wasn't me. It was Sue's husband.
There we go. We'll blame him. So the barbecue boats. And I said, they're going to be just not, it's going to be like a hot dog barbecue, a little hibachi. He's convinced we're going to do gourmet seafood. So she sent me a picture. I said, heck no, it'll be a hot dog boat. It's an inflatable circular dinghy boat. Not dinghy. It looks like a donut. That's what it looks like. It looks like a big fat donut. You sit around this little table, and in the middle of the table is this little hibachi, as I assumed. And then you just kind of pool around. It has an umbrella stand. And Kendall says, well, you know, being pregnant and all, she goes, I think he said that you rent the boat and it's for 4 hours. And I said, well, it doesn't come with a bathroom, so I won't be sitting on that boat for 4 hours. And she said, neither will I.
They've got like they've got a live barbecue in the middle of a rubber boat.
An inflatable boat, Noelle.
Well, doesn't inflatable mean it's made out of something that could burn?
Yes.
Is that why they call them barbecue boats?
I don't know. We'll be the barbecue boat on fire. So if you see us on the news,
I'd be just a little concerned.
Right.
So,
oh, it must be that hot mess lady from Ontario.
That's right. You better wear the right shirt.
Yes, you get that t-shirt ready before I go.
So, anyway.
Oh, yeah. Sheila says, how pregnant is Kendall? Giving birth on the boat would be a funny story. Well, it would be a story, all right. But no, she should not be giving birth in 3 weeks. No, she should not be. She's 26 weeks now, so she should be hanging on a little while longer. So yeah, Julia says, talk about a hot mess. You're right. Yeah. Hot mess.
Yep.
So, okay. So I've got my list of yarn shops that I'm headed to. Luana, yeah. I agree. She says it doesn't sound safe.
No.
But I don't know. It might not even be a real, like, it's maybe not even real briquettes. Well, I was going to say maybe it's like a little electric barbecue, but that would probably be even less safe in the water. So I don't know.
Where are you going to plug an electric barbecue in, Kelly?
No, I'm thinking like a little charger pack.
I'm not an IT person, but if it's electric, I think you have to plug it in. A long
extension cord. I don't know.
Right. Okay. Back to a yarn question. Okay. B said the hulse is kind of prickly to her too, but she finds the Noble. And Noble is another one of their yarns. And I do believe the Noble has a little bit of cashmere in it.
Okay.
So
I haven't tried.
So yeah, so they have like definite different bases that you can try. They also have sock yarn. And I felt their sock yarn at Little Red Mitten, and I was surprised because I thought it would be kind of more like the super soft and be more rusticy, but it was actually really soft. Oh. So, but I haven't knit with it or like know how well it would stand up.
Is it your kind of soft or my kind of soft? Because
it's your kind of soft.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Yes. No, it was very soft. I was very surprised. I expected it to feel more like it felt very similar to how this feels.
That's really soft.
That's pretty soft. Yes.
That's really soft.
Yep.
Okay. I might have.
That's what I mean. I was totally surprised. I thought it would have felt. I thought it would have been more like Opal or Regia or something like that, but it wasn't. So. And I think they're soft, but they're not super soft. And I mean super soft as in super soft, not super soft yarn. Right? Because the Regia, like you don't find that scratchy.
Not on my feet.
No.
I
mean, it's not merino, but it's still a relatively soft sock yarn.
Yeah.
Right? But this was softer than that. So anyway.
Did you talk about what you're wearing? I'm wearing a t-shirt. It's so hot here today, but it's cold in my basement. So I threw on a t-shirt. But
I've worn this before. This is the Maple Buds Tee by Natalie V. And the yarn is pale green.
The yarn is not pink.
Oh, it's just gone out of my head. What is it? Anzula Breeze. So okay. It is a silk and linen blend. So
okay. Very nice.
Sarah did her first fish lips kiss heel and it turned out great. Yay, Sarah. I've still got to try that. I've got to try that. Next pair of socks, I'm going to try that. I just have to find the one page of that 16-page pattern that I need to read. That's why I haven't done it. I bought the pattern, looked at it, and I thought, this is way too long. I'll just do.
I did the Fleegle heels on the last pair of socks I did. Well, I've got one sock done, the little short sock. It's kind of a fun heel. I don't know if I'm thrilled with the way it looks. I should have brought it down. I didn't bring it down.
Well, I've done the
But I used it on a striping. I've done it before.
Yeah.
I think it kind of depends. All right, here's maybe the thing. I'm not going to go get it, but is it silly to talk about something I don't have in my hand? Yes, it is. It's silly. I'll save it. I'll save it for another week. Yeah.
Anyway,
now I have to redirect my thoughts.
I don't mind wearing the Fleegle heel. I've got a couple of pair of shorty socks that have the Fleegle heel in them, and I don't mind it. So
I like the fit of the Fleegle heel. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. So I think even the first time I did it, I used a striping sock yarn. And now I'm talking about it, even though I said I wouldn't. But and this time I used an actual self-striping yarn. So every stripe was a certain 8 rows.
Yeah.
So when you do the Fleegle heel, you know that you do that gusset increase. So it's kind of like the theory of going back to a heel flap and gusset where your gusset is increasing. So that means the eight rows are going to become 6 rows, maybe 5 rows. So the stripes get thinner and thinner. And then because the Fleegle heel actually doesn't come anywhere onto your heel, it's just like a heel patch at the back. I end up with those stripes right to the end of my foot. And I don't know that I really like that. So here's what I think about the Fleegle heel. I'm going to do them again sometime, but I'm not going to use a striping yarn. And I want to see if I like them better because I do like the fit. I just don't know that I like the looks.
Well, I think it's just in the striping because you could actually do it weird. Because I'm pretty sure I did it where I did that section in a different color, but you still really can't do that for a striping yarn because then you're going to have thicker stripes up the top. But you can do it with like a variegated or a tonal, and put in a different color. But it just may not work that well for self striping. Mm-hmm. It would be just like if you did a heel flap and a gusset with your self striping, right? You throw off the stripes.
Right. Which is why I kind of got away from doing the heel flap and gusset because I was using the Afterthought heel because then you get like the perfect stripe from toe right up to cuff. It's going to be consistent because you're basically just knitting a tube and then you're cutting the heel in, right? So, yeah. And then Elizabeth is talking about the shadow wrap and you just did that.
I just did it. I'm gonna go, and I just finished them. I'm going to go grab them. Okay. Yeah, so I didn't mind doing it. Like obviously on this because it's self-patterning, right? It all depends where you end up with the pattern. So it would probably look better if it was just in a solid color. Mm-hmm. But I don't mind. Like I don't mind the heel.
No.
Now I haven't tried it on. It was easy to do, and it matches up nicely, and you don't get gaps anywhere. Right. And I mean, okay, so this is the first sock that I have done in a long time that I used the same yarn for the whole sock, like everything, right? And this is a man's size, and I used 86 grams, and it is Regia, and it has pretty good yardage. So this is like almost, I think it was 380 meters in a pair of socks. That's a lot, right? But it was so nice to be done this, and all I had was one little strand at the top to weave in, and one little strand down at the toe.
Right? I know, I like that feeling because that's the thing.
All done
the thing about the Afterthought heel is you've got your cuff to weave in, you've got a toe to weave in, you've got 3 yarns to weave in at the heel. And then if you do a contrast toe, that's an extra yarn to weave in there too, or a contrast heel. Yep. So
yeah, so I actually enjoyed doing it. And I do believe someone was talking about that Earth Tones girl has a tutorial. I think she does. That's not the one I used, but there is one. The one that I used, I think, was by Chili Dog Knits, and it was actually 2 separate videos. And the first video, the first part, and the second was to show you the second part. It's a little bit different than doing a German short row heel, because in the German short row heel, when you get to kind of like the end of one section of the heel, you kind of have to, you either have to go around the whole stock with the yarn to come back, or you have to kind of loop that yarn. Like there's the tutorials that I used when I was doing the German short row heel was by Suzanne Bryan. And she explains it really well, because she puts in a contrast color for the heel, and she explains it really well. And she does it, she shows it to you both ways. One way is where you would put like your heel in, and then you'd have across here like a couple of rows of the main color.
Okay.
But the way I did it was different, and she shows that in another video too, where you actually just loop the yarn around your instep stitches. And then when you come back to go over that instep, you kind of pick up the wrap and knit it with just for where you've joined it at the two corners of the sock. But it was I just like, it's just fun to kind of do something different. Like I would say, as far as the overall shape of the sock, really the shadow wrap is just a different way of doing short rows, right? German short rows, shadow wrap is just a different way of doing your short rows. So the heel basically itself is almost the same construction. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Kathy wants to know what you do with all of your leftover sock balls.
I put it back in my stash. Actually, a lot of times I have enough left over, like to do one of my granddaughters a pair of socks. In this case, 14 grams may not be, but I might use it for a heel in a different sock or a toe in a different sock. I also turn a lot of it into little tiny decoration sweaters.
Yes.
So, and they're really cute, and they're actually really neat to do in like a self patterning or a stripe, because they turn out really cute. You know what? I'm going to grab some and show you.
Have you started them already this year?
No, but I haven't put them away yet.
They are really cute. We have to, and then your snowmen too. Do you use them for the hats? For the snowmen?
I have one of those here too. Okay. We just had them on these little tree, and I just left them there. I don't still have my Christmas tree up. There's so that was in a Timber Yarns. So I just used it to do the little decoration, and my husband makes the little hangers for me. So there is a different one. This is a different, actually, no, that's from a different color, I think. And then this was one, that was one done with
one
the
you just showed. Yarn. That was Timber Yarns, wasn't it?
Both of these are Timber Yarns.
Right.
That one and that one.
Yeah.
So, and then there's the little snowman just has a little sweater on that was made. I mean, obviously that's like about a yard of sock yarn that he's got on for a sweater. But yeah, so I just make them into like, and I mean, I think these take about, the little sweaters are maybe about 3 or 4 grams of yarn. So,
yes.
Yeah. And they're fun to do, but it's honestly, it's like, it seriously is like making another whole sweater. Cause this I actually put like the underarm stitches on a little holder, and then go back and pick them up and knit the sleeve down and do a tubular bind off on the end.
That's a lot of patience you have to do that.
But I like doing them, but I don't like doing like stuffy toys, like where you have to make a whole bunch of little pieces and sew them together. Like
I want to make one of the Arne and Carlos, the Regia bears. No, the bears.
Oh, the
I want
bears.
to make the Regia bears.
Yep. So.
Okay. I'm looking back up. Luana got a new baby book called Baby Botanicals. Who wrote that one? Or who's that book by? Because I'm writing this one down. My daughter is plant obsessed. Baby Botanicals. I'm going to look that one up. Okay.
Oh, Sarah says tempted by the sea glass tee. There's a lot of people making that right now.
I don't have enough leftovers. I don't.
I do. I do. I do.
I don't. I would be breaking full skeins.
Well, I've got enough things that I'm doing right now. I can't go and pull more stuff out to do. Got to finish some things first. I really have to work myself off Sleeve Island.
You get voted off the island if you don't finish.
Do you? Is that how you get off it? You get voted off? Anyway. Yeah, so that little sweater pattern is a free pattern on Ravelry. I think it's called Warm Memories. So
here's a comment. Sharon wrote, she watched a podcaster who gave a review of commercial sock yarns. What are your favorites? You can go first. I know what some of mine are.
Like commercial sock yarn, I like the Regia, which is
the Regia. Yes.
Ones that I just showed you. And that was an Arn and Carlos colorway called Summer Night. Even though you'd never want to wear those on a summer night. Well,
maybe if you were in Norway.
But that would be winter. Night. Oh, maybe. Their summers might be cool enough. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just thinking about.
That's probably my favorite commercial sock yarn is the Regia. And then, so what else do you have? Knit Picks. Any of the sock yarns from Knit Picks would be up there on my list too.
Never knit a sock with Knit Picks.
I can't believe that you haven't, but
I haven't.
They have really, really good sock yarns. And then we've been having a lot of. Oh yeah, I forgot about
Patton's Croy.
Yep. Yes. Yeah.
Patton's Croy. It's a little bit thicker, so you might actually be able to go up a needle size and use fewer stitches.
Yes.
It only comes in 50-gram balls, but can you get a pair of shorties out of a 50-gram ball?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
So it's pretty cost effective. Mm-hmm. Like especially when you get it on sale, they have lots of colorways. Yeah, and they're always coming out with new ones.
Because I have a commercial bin that I'm kind of looking at.
Well, I like
Lang. Yeah, and I like
the opal.
Opal, yeah.
And I like West Yorkshire spinners.
I have some of that and I haven't knit with it yet.
Okay, well, I like West Yorkshire spinners.
Okay. So, does that help you, Sharon? Those are our favorites anyway.
So bye, Linda. See you next week. So, Sarah said she was just looking at Croy at Michael's, but held herself back. We got Croy when we went to Listowel at was it Spin Right? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
No, not Spin. No, it's just Listowel, isn't it?
It's Listowel, but wasn't that the Spin Right outlet or Beehive? I think it's Spin Right. I think that used to be like a main thing that was there, and now they kind of have that kind of warehouse.
Are they open again?
I don't know.
B just got a big package from Knit Picks.
I've heard people talk about getting the what's the other place in Lens Mills?
Yes.
I've never been there, so I don't know, but I've heard people getting Croy yarn there.
I've bought fabric there. I've never bought yarn.
I've never been there, so I don't. Oh, Dawn said it's Spin Right, so.
Okay. B, I mentioned it. She just got the big package from Knit Picks. Lots of sock yarn. They had a sale last week. I feel like it's still going on too. I think it's still on to the end of this week. They're doing different yarns every day, but they have so many sock yarns that I like. They have Stroll, and I have like a tote box of Stroll, and there's another one that's really fun. It's not so much a self-striping. It's more like the Regia, that it's kind of like an odd pattern. It's patterning, but it's not like a consistent stripe after stripe after stripe. It's called Static. And that's a really nice yarn to use. I have a lot of Hawthorn too. I don't know that I'm a fan as much of the Hawthorn for socks, but I love the Hawthorn for fingerless mitts. It's a little bit, it's got a higher twist. So I really like it for something like that. And then, we also like the Leo and Roxy Basics line. Yep. That's fantastic for color work for socks. So Valerie got 4 a box. Whoa. Come back.
I know, it's going back too fast.
4 sweater quantities of fingering from Knit Picks today. Way to go, Valerie.
Oh. Anna says she went to a thrift store last week and she scored 12 50-gram balls of Regia, and she did the start the scar. Well, I don't know if we were talking last week, but I was saying that I had gone through all my yarn. Probably it was during the pandemic because we couldn't take it anywhere. So it was in 2, like, seriously, huge garbage bags out in the garage, and it was going to Goodwill once it opened. And so it sat there, and I kept thinking, I know I put that in there. I should go have a look. And I seriously was going to go out and look through it, and Ross took it all. It was gone. And Rachel said, we should go to Goodwill and buy it back.
Yeah, we'll show him.
Anyway, I know, but I have something else I can knit, so I guess I'm okay.
My grandfather did that one time years ago. My mom told me this story that he had a coat and she donated it to Goodwill, and it was like an overcoat, a black overcoat, and he kept losing buttons, and she was tired of sewing them on, and he would put them in his pocket, right? And so she got rid of the coat, and he was out one day, and he was a thrifty fellow, and he liked to go to thrift shops, and he came home and he says, well, look at this. He says, Evelyn, look at the coat I got. Isn't this nice? Fits me perfect. She says, check the pocket. There was his buttons. He bought his coat back.
There you go. Anyway.
Susan did not hold back at Michael's. She may have bought 10 plus balls of Croy. Way to go, Susan.
Yep. Mary Maxim's not open anymore, but I know that the Mary Maxim in London was kind of like right around the corner from where Jacqueline lived.
Right.
And like I really did well with Croy there, because a lot of times they would have it for like $3.99 a ball. So you have to get it if it's that price.
Sarah says that Lens Mill kind of sucks. It's the lighting, and you're not wrong about that, Sarah.
I've never been there, so I don't know. It's
a really cluttered store. You have to be prepared to dig for some good things. It's not my favorite place to go, but sometimes, you know, if you're there and you're kind of in that mood, it's okay. Julia, yes, that cowl that Dawn made, very beautiful. I love the colors in that. And it's funny because when I first saw it, I thought, oh, is that Julia's? Because it's kind of Julia colors, right? But Dawn and Julia, they like similar colors too. Dawn likes the teals, right?
Yeah. Yep. Did Dawn, did you just have that on? Did she just have it on Instagram today? Did you see it on Instagram? Or Dawn,
is it either today or yesterday? It's been recent. It's really pretty.
I'm gonna have to look. I've been lax on Instagram because do you know how hard it is to change addresses for a senior? Like I'm doing this.
Hard is it?
It's just, well, because of all the privacy things and whatever. And it's like, you know, like I'm going to the bank, I'm on some of the accounts, and it's like, well, you know, we can't change that and I'm like, I have the power of attorney right here with me. It doesn't matter.
Really? Even with that?
Yes. And so they couldn't do anything with the Visa. I said, well, you know what? If she doesn't get her bill, she can't tell me how much to pay you. And I pay her bills online. So I was in the bank for 45 minutes trying to do this. And I still have to go back tomorrow for another appointment.
That's frustrating.
So anyway.
Oh.
Anyways, that's why I've been doing stuff like that. So that's why I've had less time to see what people have on Instagram.
B got the Knit Picks mohair as well. I've never bought their mohair, and I've always kind of wondered what it feels like because I use a lot of the Kid Silk haze that she's talking about, and I've never had the Knit Picks mohair. So that's good to know that you like it, because they do have some really pretty colors.
Oh, hi, Nancy. Nancy says she finally caught a live from deep South Texas. Oh, Dawn says pay for Canada Post forwarding for a full year because things will come out of the woodwork. I know, it's like, it's ridiculous. It's like, and Service Canada, I don't think it's possible to change anything in Service Canada. Anyway, we'll get it done.
Yeah.
So closing of the house is tomorrow, so that's all done. Anyway, just trying to catch up on these comments here. It sounds like a lot of people got some good orders from KnitPicks. I haven't ordered from KnitPicks in like forever.
I hadn't either, but then I did get that rather large order a couple of weeks ago that I showed some of them on the podcast.
I know. I want to see what you make with the tweed. That's one thing I don't have any tweed yarn and I'd really like. Well, that's not true. Okay. I just thought of some, but okay. Yeah. I don't have a whole lot of tweed yarn. So, but anyway, so what does it feel like, the tweed? Is it soft or is it rusticy or?
No, it's not rusticy at all. It's very, very soft. And I'm going to use it to make the Winter Beaches cardigan.
Okay.
The only thing I didn't like about it was the name. Remember, I poked fun. Yeah, it's called Seal Harbor.
Yes. Okay.
I might rename it. KnitPicks won't mind. Yeah. Hi from New Mexico, Melissa. Welcome, welcome. And hello from Pennsylvania. Meadowsweet Farm Fiber Arts Design Studio.
Oh, that sounds interesting. That sounds interesting.
Are you a dyer? Are you a spinner? Do you have animals? Tell us what you do. Very curious.
Yes, you're right, Dawn. We need a show and feel party of KnitPicks.
It's the only time that it's okay to be touchy-feely. With strangers, amongst strangers. Oh,
she's a weaver.
A weaver. Yes. Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Susan says she loves the Winter's Beach cardi. Yeah, it will look nice in that tweed yarn. Oh, yeah, I have that tweed too. I forgot. I do have another tweed.
Yeah, you do have some tweeds.
Yes, I do have some tweeds. Okay.
Speaking of farm animals, though, so when my son gets married this summer in Varney, one of the things that is included in their photography package that he was most excited about, probably more excited than anything, is that part of the photo shoot that they'll do for the wedding is at an alpaca farm. I don't know how that arrived in a wedding package, but he's pretty darn excited about it. So
where is that?
Varney.
Where's Varney?
Well, you drive far out to nowhere and you might be there. No, it's what would be the closest place that you might know? Have you heard of Hanover?
Yes.
Chesley. Okay.
Yes.
It's up near there.
Okay. Okay.
And it's just a tiny cottage. It's called an eloping cottage, or they use it for elopements. They're not eloping because there will be a guest list of 5. And it's a gorgeous little cottage. It's stunning. And so that's the gig. But part of the package, because when you get the cottage, you get the wedding officiant, they decorate it for you. They set everything up. They cater like this it's amazing looking charcuterie that's catered in, and it's all set. The table is set outside. And then they'll stay at the cottage overnight. It's just really, really pretty. But the photographer they have for 5 hours. And one of the things that they could include with their package was going to this alpaca farm. Mm. So I'm kind of interested to see how alpacas can be incorporated into wedding photography.
Yeah, we'll see.
It should be good though, right? It should be good.
Yep. Well, Meadowsweet says that she's got horses and chickens and a 78-acre farm, and she's soon to have sheep. That's exciting.
That's really exciting.
That is exciting.
Are you on Instagram? Can we follow that? That would be fun.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
Oh, Valerie says the alpacas spit. That's sort of what I was thinking, Valerie. I
thought it was the llamas that spit and not as much the alpacas.
Well, I don't know. But if I were in fine wedding attire, I wouldn't want to be spit on by anything. I don't care.
If I was met by an alpaca and a llama, I'm not sure I would know which one was which. I think the alpacas are cuter. No offense to the llamas. Anyway, because I think they actually use llamas for guard animals for alpacas.
Oh, Susan says that she can picture a floral crown on the alpaca head. What if I made a yarn crown?
There you go.
Can I put that on the alpaca? I think that'd be cool. Oh, so Meadowsweet. And also,
Okay,
sorry.
she's got a YouTube. Okay.
Yes. Do you have a first name? Just so that we don't have to keep calling you Meadowsweet. But that's good. I've written it down. Meadowsweet Farm Fiber. I didn't get
Oh,
the
she
last
has
part.
beehives too.
I want to bring beehives into the cemetery.
So
That was
Darcy says
my
her niece bought a farm and inherited some animals, including an Angora goat.
Oh.
She keeps saying that she'll send me the fleece. Oh, that would be nice. Oh, Bonnie. Okay, so Meadowsweet Farms is Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie.
Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. Welcome.
We're really excited about fiber here. I am. I just started spinning this year, so I'm loving it. Loving it. I'll have to show you guys. I just took something off today that's, look at these colors.
Look at that goldy color in there.
I know,
Look at
isn't that
that.
gorgeous?
Perfect.
So I've got to spin another bobbin of that and then I'll apply them. But yeah, it's like, it doesn't even, when I do it, it's not even, I don't even know what the colors are going to turn out like. You get this braid and you take the braid apart and the colors are, it's sometimes dyed in chunks, but then you take it apart and weave it, or not weave it, but spin it. Like, I just love watching it go on to the bobbin. And then when you do the other one and apply it together, like, you have no idea what it's going to look like until you get that yarn applied together. And it's like a surprise every time. And it's mesmerizing. So, and let me tell you, probably about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I would have never thought that I would have liked spinning, but it's just mesmerizing and relaxing. So yes, Valerie, poor Kelly, gone again. That internet and court, right? They really need to step up their game. So anyway, so Bonnie, you're close to Pittsburgh. Okay, well, we're going to have to check out your YouTube and your Instagram. But we're glad you joined us here today. What kind of sheep do you think you'll be getting, or do you know yet? Oh, someone else lives very close to Pittsburgh. So nice that we find out, like, people that I think we've had people on here that have found out that they, have gone to school together or knew each other, or so it's so nice for everybody to be able to connect on this community. Anyway, so I'm not sure what's going to happen here, whether Kelly's going to be back or not, but we are at, close to the time that we normally chat for. So I think I'll just, we'll maybe give it another minute or so and see if Kelly comes back on. And if not, we'll say goodnight for tonight. But Luana, this is maybe I'll stand up and see if you can see it a little better. It is called Maple Buds. And I'm going to see if I can stand up a little further so you can see the bottom, but it's got like this little ruffle at the bottom, but it is by Natalie V. And it's lace weight yarn. The yarn is Anzula Breeze, and it's a linen and silk blend. And it's like the whole sweater is 100 grams. So it's like really light. It's actually nice for this type of weather. So anyway, okay, I want to say thanks to everybody for joining us tonight, and thanks for all the new people that have joined us. I hope you had a good time. We try to talk about knitting, but it's just like your regular, coffee knit chat with your friends that you used to be able to do post or pre-pandemic. So we just never know what we're going to end up talking about, but we just like to get together and talk about what we love. So we hope you'll all join us again next week, and we'll see everybody next week. Take care. Happy knitting.